Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Thursday's live Q&A. This is Babette Haggerty with Haggerty Dog Training in New Jersey. And I know I missed the last couple of Thursdays and I'm really sorry. We have just been slammed. It's crazy. It's a good crazy, but it's crazy. We just are having difficulty helping all of the dogs out there that we really want to help. So that's why we have all those videos on YouTube, etc. And now I know they've got some of the dogs that are a little rowdy right now, but they're going to quiet them down in a minute. So sorry about that. I hope you all can hear me. So I want to go over a bunch of things today. One thing I want to point out is July 3rd, next Saturday, is Teach Your Dog a Trick Day. It's National Teach Your Dog a Trick Day. So you want to make sure to start thinking about different tricks you can teach your dog. And I strongly recommend The Best Dog Tricks on the Planet by yours truly, or How to Teach Your Dog to Talk. And those two books are going to help you figure out a trick to teach your dog. But don't stop at one trick. Thank you. Emily's awesome, isn't she? The Best Dog Tricks on the Planet. This is the book you want to get to teach your dog a trick for July 3rd, which is National Teach Your Dog Trick Day. So don't miss that. And we'll post more about that in this coming week. Summer's upon us. Everybody's getting ready. Everybody's getting busy. Go book your boarding kennel reservations now. We get calls all the time. Hi, I need boarding and training for my dog. Well, when do you need it? Next week? Yeah. Nope, we're booked. I'm sorry. Everybody good is going to be booked. So my recommendation is get your reservations in now. I want to go over a few summer safety tips, and if you want a copy of this, you can just email us or hit us up in the messaging, and you can have your very own copy of the Doggone Hot Summer Safety for Dogs. So what you want to do, there are a few things you have to be aware of, especially your brachycephalic breeds. They cannot weather the temperature as well as your longer muzzled dogs. So be careful of that. They have an especially hard time in the heat. You want to be careful. Anytime the temperature reaches more than 85 degrees, your dog should always have access to cold water and to shade. The direct sunlight, you want to be very careful. You also, if they're on blacktop, also touch the blacktop with your wrist to see how hot it really is. You do have to remember dogs' pads are fairly thick, especially if they walk outside on concrete a lot. So it's not quite like bare feet, but that is where they absorb all the heat. What you can do to keep in your first aid kit, either in your car or at home, are alcohol pads, so that if your dog becomes very hot, wipe the pads and the ears down with alcohol pads. That will help bring down the temperature fairly quickly, as well as, putting them on ice. There's some great cooling beds out there, and I highly recommend getting a cooling bed or a cooling jacket. One thing we did in Florida when we would go to like agility competitions, for example, is they had these jackets. I haven't seen them in a really long time, and I'm sure you can still get them. These jackets, they were made of like terry cloth, and we would soak them in water and we'd stick them in the freezer. And when you take them out, you would kind of unfold them. They were a little hard at first until they started to soften and defrost. And what you could do is just put them on your dog, and that will help cool them down as well. Always keep your dog freshly hydrated, etc. Signs of heat stroke include increased drooling, stumbling, dizziness, reluctance to move, weakness, vomiting. If they're urinating or defecating, you need to get your dog to the vet ASAP. Now, that also leads me to the 4th of July, and we'll go over this again next week. However, I want you to start being aware now of 4th of July. One thing I strongly recommend is the Pet Relief CBD Oil. You can order it online. It's a great company and it's a great product. Give this to your dog, starting next week. Get them used to it. You don't need a whole lot, and depending on the dog's weight and depending on oh my God, I'm trying to blank. On the number of milligrams in the bottle, because they come in 250, I think. They come in a 500 and a 750. So depending on the strength will determine what size or how much to give your dog. You want to give this to your dog before the fireworks start. I recommend, you might as well start it this weekend if you can get it that quickly. In my town, they have a carnival this weekend. They might have fireworks. I'm not sure, but people are always shooting off fireworks. Oh, no fireworks this weekend in our town. That's okay. Usually there are fireworks, but get ready because your town is going to have fireworks probably. Or if your town's not having fireworks, there's probably some guy, 2 streets over that has fireworks, whether they're supposed to or not. But that's not what we're talking about today. We're talking about dogs and safety. Be careful in the forts. You want to be careful of your dog getting into the hot dogs and the hamburgers and the cookouts and, the chocolate chip cookies. Keep the chocolate away from your dog. That's super important. I tell everybody, and I know if you've watched this before, you've heard me say it, if you're having a big party, give your dog a nice bone, put them upstairs in your bedroom where it's nice and cool and air conditioned, and it's not drunk people, it's not crazy people, it's not senile Aunt Sally who accidentally lets the dog out, it's not little rambunctious Tommy who's like feeding your dog Oreos or anything else that is forbidden. The dog is much safer and much happier inside his crate with his bone, nice cool air conditioning. Let him go and zen out. He'll be much happier and he'll be safer. And you'll have a better time because you won't have to worry about the dog and wonder where the dog is. What else is on my list of things I wanted to talk to you guys about today? Did anybody read the news about the dog that was lost at sea? There was a couple in the Gulf of Mexico fishing or sailing, whatever they were doing. They were hanging out in the middle of the Gulf of Mexico. And next thing they know, they see this little Jack Russell in a life jacket just paddling along. There's not a boat anywhere. So God only knows where this dog floated from, swam from. I mean, I saw a picture of him. It wasn't like he had been going weeks without food, but somebody lost this dog. But the good thing is the dog is saved because he had a life jacket on. So if you're going out on your boat, I don't care if it's your lake that's close by, put a life jacket on your dog. It's the safest thing you can do for your dog. Make sure that it fits securely on the dog. There was a case a couple of years ago where the guy was lucky enough. He was also out on the Gulf of Mexico, and his dog, there was a bad storm. The dog fell off overboard. He was wearing a jacket, but when they found the dog, he didn't have the jacket on. So the jacket must have fallen off of him. It didn't fit him properly. So I strongly recommend go order that life jacket now for your dog. Make sure it fits properly. Get them used to wearing it. It's super important. Anytime you're going out on the boat, you're going to the beach, put the life jacket on your dog, especially if it's rough seas. You never know when that undertow is going to take them. So those are my tips for today. And I'm just trying to see if I had any other questions. Let me see if I have any questions coming up. You guys are a little quiet today, and that's okay. All right. I think that is it. Anyway, I want to thank you guys for tuning in. We will have a special broadcast for Teach Your Dog a Trick Day. There were a couple of other announcements I had as well. We have our puppy class starting July 7th. I think there's 1 or 2 spots left, so you want to get in on that. And then I am starting myself. I just finished a yoga teacher training class. And I am starting a yoga for dog owners class. This is class without the dogs. I see a huge increase in anxiety in dogs, and I also see a huge increase in anxiety and anger issues in dog owners and lack of patience with their dogs. So I am teaching a class that's specific for dog owners that have dogs that are just driving them crazy. And maybe you have a kid or a spouse that's driving you crazy too. It'll help you too. That class, the next class is July 17th. Emily, am I correct? No, July 24th at 9 a.m. It's a Saturday morning. If you are a graduate of our 6-lesson series or our day school or boarding school, it is complimentary. Oh, thank you. And if you are a group class student, it's a $12 donation and $16 for general public, meaning anyone who hasn't taken a class with us. And a portion of the proceeds benefit Real Dog Rescue. So check them out, but definitely you do have to RSVP and let us know that you're coming. And I think we posted this on Eventbrite. We're posting it on Eventbrite, so you can register there as well, or you can call us here at the training school, 201-444-9893. And that's yoga for dog owners. It's taught by me, July 24th at 9 a.m., $16 for general public, $12 for graduates of our group classes, and it's complimentary for our private lesson students and our day school and our boarding and training students. So I hope I see some of you there. We'll have a really good time. It's going to be a nice, relaxing time, and you're going to learn a lot of techniques that will help you, not only help you calm down, but help your dog calm down indirectly. And it is a class only for humans. So I look forward to seeing you there. I hope everybody stays safe and have a great week. Thanks, everybody.